Um, Listen, Bournemouth. We need to talk about Bournemouth. They battered Newcastle. Obliterate. Did you catch the game?
I saw the highlights for Match of the Day. Yeah, they were brilliant.
Bro, I was in the pub just before the
The
West Ham
man,
game.
and the maddest thing is, Justin Kluivert scored more goals at St James's Park than his father. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Yeah. Like, obviously, he even said in an interview he would have gone to the games as a kid. Like,
Mm.
his dad played for Newcastle, and he scored a hat trick on their head tops. And the thing is, I didn't want to rule out Bournemouth like before that game, like because I really like what they're doing. And for me, obviously, I know Newcastle went on a run, but Bournemouth is always a tough game, especially under Iraola. Yeah, what have you sent me now, Melon?
Uh-oh.
For fuck's sake, what the fuck have you said? There's no. What is it? What the fuck did this guy? This I can't show that on stream. It's just people getting hit by a car. The fuck is this guy, bruv? This sent me reels in the middle of streams.
Hey, Melon, you still haven't followed me on Twitter, you know. I've checked. You're not following me, bro.
Anyway, this game, yeah, I was in the pub before the West Ham game, obviously watching the early
Yeah.
game, and Bournemouth instantly set the pace straight away. Like they decided to press. I want to give context as well. I want to give context. These are the injuries Bournemouth have. These are the injuries Bournemouth have. So Evan Nilsson and Unal are their two centre forwards. They are both out. Julian Araujo and Adam Smith are their two right backs. They are both out. Max Aarons is on loan to Valencia or some shit. Also, Marcus Tavernier. Senesi has been injured since November. That's why people are going on about Hoyson now, the centre back, the Spanish centre back with
He's
Sabani.
class.
He's brilliant. Sinistera has been out since October. So has Alex Scott. This this is mad. They had 10 injuries before the game as well. And if I go to uh like their actual game itself, I'm gonna get the lineup up because they were playing players out of position. Oh yeah, what's that at Alfie? That is asking.
At Alfie D underscore YT.
There you go. Follow him on Twitter.
Or just look at Max's follow list and you'll see my name.
I follow too many people on Twitter, so just follow the app.
Yeah.
But this was the lineup here. So as I said, no recognised right back. They were playing Lewis Cook there. Lewis Cook's a midfielder. You can play Tyler Adams there, but Lewis Cook's a midfielder.
Yeah.
Uwatara is a winger. He's playing up front. You can play Semenyo there, but Uwatara is a left and right winger.
Mm.
And they've got Kepper in goal. That's automatically playing with 10 men.
I'm so glad I put Kirkez in my fantasy team, man, honestly.
I had him on my fucking bench. I'm pissed. I had him on my bench. I don't know. Every time, man, the Mike's curse lives on in FPL. But David Brooks, the comeback he's had in his career has been class. He's always been a good footballer as well. Like the guy played really well. Ryan Christie has always been at Bournemouth for time. Him and Cook in midfield. Tyler Adams had an amazing game. This guy just needs to stay fit. Semenyo was great. Kluivert. And look at their bench. The only players I recognise on that bench is Mark Travers and Jemison.
Yeah.
And this still got Dubrig. I only know him because he recently moved there from Chelsea. But I don't know any of these guys. Who are these people, bruv? But this is what Bournemouth are having to deal with. And look what they're doing. 4-1 against Newcastle. And look at Newcastle's team. I know Botman came off at half-time. I don't know whether he got injured again.
You've got an Alexander Isak that's on fire week in, week out.
But he got absolutely pocketed by Hoyson and Zabani. They did a job on him. Like, I've never seen a pocket. I think that's one of the biggest pocket jobs I've seen this whole season from a centre back from two centre backs on a striker. The way Hoyson and Zabani are defending. By the way, both of them are under 23 years old as centre backs. I'm pretty sure Hoyson is 19 and Zabani's 21. I could be wrong. That is very young for centre backs that are defending this mature. Kirkes has been absolutely class this season. One of the better left backs this season for sure. Semenyo has been class. Their recruitment has been brilliant. genuinely ridiculous. Like, how far can Bournemouth go right now? Do you think?
I think if they continue to play the way they're playing, and Iraola eventually he's going to get the players that he's missing back, and they're going to look even stronger. I feel like
Mm,
Europe's knocking for the vitality right now, whether that be Conference League or not. Like they are, look, they're
7th.
seventh right now.
Yeah, 1 point behind Newcastle,
Exactly,
bro.
and they just
Yes,
smashed Newcastle 4-1. Like
yeah. They're a point behind City. They're 2 points behind Chelsea. They're 7 points behind Forest and Arsenal. That's ridiculous. No one expected Bournemouth to be. The amount of fucking debates I had to have with people about, oh, but when Solanke's left, Bournemouth are gonna dip. They do well without him because they're not a one-man team. If this was
no,
Gary O'Neill's Bournemouth under they lost Solanke, I might have put them in the relegation battle because it's Gary O'Neill. This is Iraola. Iraola, since they've recruited with their new ownership, by the way, they had the new ownership took over when like just after Scott Parker got sacked, and they hired Gary O'Neill as the caretaker. Then they hired him as a permanent manager in the middle of the season. Then they sacked him, and people were like, "What the fuck?" But then they got Iraola, who recently left his job at Vallecano. I'm pretty sure Vallecano or Valladolid, one of them. I don't remember which team. I think it was Vallecano. I'm not too sure. But he left his Spanish team. He was known for beating Barcelona and Real Madrid, like in that previous season he was in. And I didn't understand the Gary O'Neill sacking at that time because I was like, he just got you survival. But then I went to a Bournemouth channel and they were talking about how they want to go in a different direction. They want to kind of take the Brighton route with the way they recruit their managers and players and stuff. And it's paid off ever since because people forget as well, under Iraola, they lost their first 10 games under him, like last season. And people would be like, this guy could get sacked instantly. But they stuck with him. Because if we have a look at the previous season, yeah, Bournemouth, yeah, they won 2 of the last 5. But they did well at the back end of this season. They ended up getting 12th. To then go from 12th to then 7th, right now, battling for Europe. No one expects them to get Europe, by the way. Even if let's say if they finish 10th. So what? So what? Like, look how well they're doing right now. It'll be disappointing not to see more non-Big Six teams in Europe. Don't get me wrong, but nobody's expecting them to get Europe. Like, they need to get a couple of recruits in January, maybe. But even then, they just need players back. They need a striker, probably. Because even though they're doing well without one, it's great to pile on while the iron is hot. So go and strike while the iron's hot. Go and get some players. But Newcastle's run, they could have had the first time in ever of winning, like, I think it was like 10 games in a row or some shit.